would earn revenue through expansion of trade and commerce, while the people of the Niger Republic will benefit from ease of transportation, logistics at affordable cost in their import and export businesses.
President Buhari performs groundbreaking of multi-billion naira Kano-Maradi rail project.
All aware that the PIB is a critical legislation that our country needs to enhance transparency and accountability in the Nigerian petroleum industry.
National Assembly resumes plenary after Christmas and New Year break. 100 additional travel passports banned for breaching COVID-19 protocols. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening, and this is NTA Network News with me, Jumai Yusuf. Dr. Ogun is going to be reading with me tonight in Lagos. Thanks for joining us. We'll begin as usual with the presidency. Work has formally commenced on the $2 billion Kano-Katsina-Jibia-Maradi Railway project aimed at unlocking Nigeria's economic development potentials. This followed the virtual flag-off of the construction work on the vital transportation infrastructure by President Muhammadu Buhari. The president said the connection of the rail line to the Republic of Niger will not only foster trans-Saharan trade, but significantly contribute to the expected gains in the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu tells us more.
The rail line traverses the major commercial and administrative center of Kano, passing through Kazaure, Daura, Katsina, up to the border town of Jibia and the Niger Republic city of Maradi, which constitute a significant trading platforms between Nigeria and Niger. This vital infrastructure line, with a branch to Dutse, Jigawa State, encompasses territories inhabited by close to 80 million people across 10 states, designed to open up the corridor endowed with vast resources. President Muhammadu Buhari described the Kano-Maradi rail line as a viable line that will significantly enhance the movement of passengers and freight to the hinterland, especially raw materials from both agricultural and material resources for the nation's industrial concerns.
This vital infrastructure line will establish an end-to-end logistics supply chain in railway transport services between northern and southern regions of the country, reaching Nigerian southern ports of Lagos and Warri. The project, when completed, would serve import and export of goods for Niger Republic and other countries in the sub-region through Nigerian ports. The country would earn revenue through expansion of trade and commerce, while the people of Niger Republic will benefit from ease of transportation, logistics at affordable cost in their import and export businesses.
The federal government, the president maintains, is committed to addressing the challenges posed to Nigeria's economic growth by absence of strong and effective infrastructure. He expressed optimism that when these initiatives are realized, Nigeria would have overcome the infrastructure deficiency in the transportation sector.
The Federal Ministry of Transportation and Ministry of Finance have been directed to vigorously act on engagement and concluding financial arrangement with appropriate co-financers to partner with the federal government for the development of the West-East Coast Rail Line from Lagos to Calabar and linking Onitsha, Benin, Warri, Yenagoa, Port Harcourt, Aba, and Uyo. Furthermore, contract for the important Central Railway traversing Itape, Baro, Abuja, with connection to Lokoja, and a new seaport in Warri has been signed and is expected to achieve appreciable level of completion during the tenure of this administration.
Already the president said the government has embarked on the completion of nearly 1,500-kilometer Lagos-Kano rail line, while on the eastern corridor, the Port Harcourt-Enugu-Makurdi-Maiduguri line, with branches to Owerri and Damaturu, have been awarded for construction. The objective, he said, is to achieve a vibrant and functional railway infrastructure in the eastern part of the country. The president enjoined the private sector to not only invest but participate actively in the realization of what he called very promising economic opportunities. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In the meantime, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed say posterity will always remember President Muhammadu Buhari for his commitment in building infrastructure for the development of the nation. The minister stated this on the sidelines of the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kano-Maradi-GBR railway project. Anthony Fossen reports.
The railway project, whose impact is hinged on the nation's economical growth, will open Nigeria to more patronage by neighboring countries who rely largely on importation through coastal ports. Nigeria having the capacity to support larger freight movement, the rail project has become necessary. It is in the light of this that Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says President Muhammadu Buhari has demonstrated his administration's commitment to infrastructural development, which is key to national growth.
We have lost a lot of economy to Benin Republic, to Togo, and to Ghana. Now, many of our neighbors are landlocked, and they've been depending on the ports in Lome, Accra, and Cotonou to feed their own economy. So what we have done today is to ensure that we become more competitive than all of them. With this railroad to Jibia to Maradi, that is cheaper for the exporter or importer in Maradi to bring its goods via the rails to our ports, and posterity will be very kind to him. So what we witnessed today is deepening of the infrastructure development that will bring prosperity and economic development to everybody along that corridor.
The railway project, when completed, will open Nigeria to other landlocked African countries. Anthony Fossen, NTA News.
To other news now, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has read the presidential request for the confirmation of appointment of the new service chief's request for the confirmation of 5 nominees, including the immediate past service chiefs as non-carrier ambassadors designate, was also read. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Unko reports.
Shortly before the Senate adjourned in honor of the late member of the House of Representatives, O.C. Prestige from Abia State, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, read executive communications received during their 6-week recess. This included requests for the confirmation of the appointment of the new service chiefs.
1. Major General Laki Irabo, Chief of Defense Staff. Major General Ibrahim Attahiru, Chief of Army Staff. Rear Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, Chief of Naval Staff. And Air Vice Marshal Isiaka O. Amao, Chief of Air Staff. I hope that the distinguished Senate will consider and confirm the nominees in individual expeditious manner. Please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration.
5 nominees as non-career ambassadors. These include the immediate past service chiefs, General Abayomi Olanishokin, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, Air Marshal Abubakar Sadiq, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, and Air Vice Marshal Mohammed Usman, with Ahuhu Adolphus as Auditor General of the Federation. In keeping with parliamentary tradition, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan welcomed his colleagues back and reminded them of the urgent need to pass some critical bills.
The Petroleum Industry Bill, PIB 2020, the Electoral Act Amendment, and the 1999 Constitution Amendment Bills, amongst others. We're all aware that the PIB is a critical legislation that our country needs to enhance transparency and accountability in the Nigerian petroleum industry.
Senator Lawan also reiterated the commitment of the Senate in addressing Nigeria's security challenge through a continuous working relationship with the executive. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Chief of Army Staff Major General Ibrahim Attairu says Nigerian military is working in tandem with forces of neighboring countries to ensure total annihilation of Boko Haram terrorists soon. General Attairu disclosed this during his maiden operational visit to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. Maimuna Garba reports.
Operational visit by the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Attairu, was to further strategize towards ending the Boko Haram crisis, hence his meeting with various commanders within the theater, while assuring his unwavering commitment to improve on the ongoing military operations in the theater and across the country. Major General Ibrahim Attairu said all critical requirements to enable troops succeed will be provided.
The President and Commander-in-Chief is interested in what goes on in this theater and indeed any other theater where our troops are deployed. So first-hand information gets to him and he will strive and ensure those problems are resolved towards an overall success for the Nigerian Army, for the Nigerian nation.
The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Attairu, has addressed troops of Headquarters Theater Command Operation Lafia Dole Maiduguri and those on the front line in Gombe, where he promised to look into the issue of overstaying of troops and provision of military kits as well as equipment to enhance their operations. He commended troops' gallantry and enjoined them to put in their best to clear the marauding remnants of Boko Haram terrorists. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
And the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Oladeo Amao, has charged the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole to sustain the onslaught against Boko Haram terrorists and Islamic State of West Africa Province, ISWAP, elements in the northeast of the country, working in synergy with sister services and other security agencies in order to ensure total defeat of the terrorists. The CAS gave this charge while addressing personnel during his maiden operational visit to the Air Task Force headquarters in Maiduguri and the 171 Nigerian Air Force Detachment in Mongono to assess the conduct of counter-insurgency operations as well as inspect facilities and ongoing projects. The Air Chief, who arrived in Maiduguri in company of his counterpart, the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Attairu, commended the Air Task Force for the recent successes recorded in the renewed offensive by the land and air components of Operation Lafia Dole and reiterated the NAV's commitment to ensuring the sustenance of critical air power capabilities required for joint force employment in pursuit of national security imperatives. The Nigerian police is re-strategizing towards effective security coverage of the country with a marching order to all top brass to prioritize professionalism in the discharge of their official responsibility. Francis Form reports that the renewed vigor to contain crimes was stressed when top police officers met with the IGP.
More than 140,000 officers and men of the force have been elevated from 2019 to date. A gesture the Police High Command said is geared towards motivation and professionalism. Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu notes the challenges of crime management requires tougher approach and requisite skills, which must be imbibed by the personnel.
Let me, however, remind you that to whom much is given, much more shall be expected. The police leadership demands of you a high sense of commitment to duty, and the nation expects of you an exceptional display of loyalty, courage, and professional competence, which are needed to move the Nigeria police and indeed our beloved country into the next level in relation to internal security.
The police restated commitment to sustaining partnership with all stakeholders to reduce crime and criminality. Francis from NTA News.
3 civil society groups, the Nigerian Project Initiative to Save Democracy and Global Economic Policy Initiative, have defended President Muhammadu Buhari against comments credited to Governor Samuel Ortom over the president's body language to criminal bandits terrorizing parts of the country. In a joint statement, the groups explained that President Buhari is a patriotic, nationalistic and fair-minded leader, ready to defend the constitution contrary to the wrong assertion of the governor. The groups describe the president as a leader committed to the defense of the rights of all citizens, majority and minority, including ethnic and religious minorities, under whose government the climate of impunity has been stamped out. The groups recall the visit of President Buhari to Benue when the state suffered attacks by criminal headsmen and bandits, during which ordered law enforcement agencies to take action against the criminals. The civil society organizations asked Governor Otum to do more in improving the living condition of his people and addressing issues of violence between farmers and herders, instead of laboring to blame President Buhari for the situation in his state. And still to come, APC revalidation exercise continue across the states. Details when we return. Please do stay.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN hash. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
The new Lifebuoy hand sanitizers with 70% alcohol will kill 99.9% of germs. Now available in convenient packs. Let us all take responsibility to fight this pandemic together.
Fellow Nigerians, the opportunity we've been waiting for is here. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has commenced membership registration and revalidation exercise.
This is why the chairman, APC Mobilization and Sensitization Committee for Youths, Women and People Living with Disabilities, His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Bello, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, is calling on all Nigerians, especially youth, the Sorosoke generation, to register and join the APC in the party's membership registration and revalidation exercise that has already commenced.
The exercise is currently ongoing at all polling units across the country, beginning from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily.
For more information, visit our website at www.officialapc.org.
APC is the only party that offers Nigerian youths the best political platform to achieve their dreams of a prosperous nation.
Join us to move Nigeria forward.
I am Governor Yabelo of Kogi State, Chairman, Youths, Women and People Living with Disabilities Mobilization and Sensitization Committee of the APC Membership Registration and Revalidation Exercise 2021, and I approve this message.
This is the Wilson family last week. This is the Wilson family this week. What's changed?
What?
The Wilson family got maximum entertainment for less, and now they're closer than ever. Your family can be too.
How does this work?
With world-class international channels that put the quality back in your quality time.
That's what I'm talking about.
GOtv Max will bring you and your family closer in no time. So upgrade to GOtv Max for only 2,999 naira today. Make you enjoy. GOtv. Love it.
John, you can use our toilet now.
Ew! My mommy said I should always use a toilet that is cleaned with Hypo toilet cleaner. James will bite my bum bum.
John, what's the problem? Use Hypo Toilet Cleaner. Introducing the new and affordable Hypo Toilet Cleaner. Kills germs and deodorizes your toilet.
Hypo, hypo. I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire.
Teacher, you a fellow one country. Teacher, you a fellow one country. Omoni resiti.
Ajebo na better school for last gidi. Not be all this on a rugged yes school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Sega, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We no happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders too. Hey, we are trying, Shao. Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I mean, I talk with that now.
Not for me. Not for me because of Pamio.
Burnley is taking maximum points in their last two matches against Crystal Palace. Will they make it a hat-trick of victories when both teams square off at Selhurst Park this Saturday? Find out in Crystal Palace versus Burnley on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Go.com.
You're welcome back. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has flagged off the registration and revalidation exercise in Ogun State. He also revalidated his membership of the party at his ward in Ikenne, while calling on members of the party to participate fully in the exercise. Joy Popola has the rest of the report.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, arrived for the official flag-off of the registration and revalidation exercise at his ward, Ward 1, Ikenne local government area. Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was accompanied by Governor of Ogun State, Prince Akwa Abiodun, and that of Niger State, Abubakar Sani Bello, who also doubled as the Chairman Registration and Validation Committee, and former Governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, was given a rousing welcome. He proceeded to flag off the exercise and also revalidated his membership of the party. The occasion was witnessed by party chieftain and stalwarts.
Party registration and revalidation is important because it offers us an opportunity to have a credible role of our members. Why do we want to reach our people? The people are the party, and the party is the people.
The Governor, Prince Akwa Abiodun, encouraged members to participate and see the exercise as very important.
The more of us we have in the party, the merrier it is for us, and the better our chances of winning more decisively in future and post election.
With the official flag-off of the exercise, the floor is now open to old members and new members to register for the All Progressives Congress in Ogun State. From Ikenne, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Now, following President Buhari's directive on the revalidation and registration of members of the All Progressives Congress nationwide, party stalwarts are flagging off the exercise in their various hometowns. Ruth Aguele compiles the report across some states.
Eltons came out in large numbers to partake in the ongoing nationwide registration and revalidation exercise of the All Progressives Congress in the state. Tessie Coker reports that the Deputy Senate President, Ovie Omo-Agege, mobilized people of the state and members of the party to key into the party's vision to expand its coast.
Like in the past, we need to grow this party and we need to build the party from the bottom up. Not so?
In Yola, the FCT Minister Mohamed Musa Bello called on members of the party in the state to take advantage of the exercise to support the growth of the party. Simon Asher reports that this was during the flag-off exercise by the minister.
I implore you all to really go to all nooks and crannies. Encourage everybody to register. Even if they are from the opposition, Let them come in and see how beautiful our party is.
The scenario also played out in Jigawa State, where Mohammed Musa Askira reports that the governor, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, flagged off the exercise.
The more you register, the more powerful our voices become in Abuja to seek for the federal support to bring developments such as roads, hospitals, and other social amenities to the state.
Kaduna State was also not left out, as the governor, Nasiru Ahmed Erufai, revalidated his membership of the party. Mohammed Umar Ajinki reports that the deputy governor, Hadiza Balarabe, applauded the leadership of the party for the opportunity given to members.
That every person who is an ardent and a loyalist, of the APC will come out, do this registration.
In Lafia, Aliyu Tijani Mohammed reports that Governor Abdullahi Sule flagged off the exercise in Gudi local government area to provide an updated and credible register for party members in the state.
And myself, I here today telling you, go and register everybody. Everybody that come to be registered, register them.
As the exercise continues nationwide, members hope that the exercise will strengthen the party for the growth of democracy in the country. Ruth Aguela, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the chairman of Progressives Governors Forum and Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu has revalidated his APC membership as the ruling party flags off its revalidation and registration exercise in Kebbi State. Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports.
As All Progressives Congress commenced revalidation and registration exercise nationwide, Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu was the first person to revalidate his membership in Kebbi State at my Alelu polling unit in Burning Kebbi. Governor Bagudu, shortly after the revalidation of membership, acknowledged the effort of the party national caretaker leadership and that of the state for coordinating the smooth conduct of the exercise.
The All Progressive Congress is the most popular party in Nigeria under the able and patriotic leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari.
The Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice Abubakar Malemi SAN was also available at Philim Maria polling unit Nasarawan Burning Kebbi to revalidate his membership.
I think the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari deserve the re-established confidence that is this afternoon being expressed by people of Kebbi State.
Call on the APC members to enlighten others on the importance of the exercise in future political affairs. Usman Abdullahi Shehu, NTA News.
Away from the revalidation of APC, the Nigerian Upstream Cost Optimization Program has been inaugurated. Minister of State Petroleum Resources Temipre Silva says it will reposition the Nigerian oil and gas for global competitiveness and wow investors. Key industry players agree that with daunting COVID-19 challenges bedeviling the sector, reducing the upstream cost of production is the best way to go. Energy correspondent Lydia Sampson has more.
Despite Nigeria's vast oil and gas resources and potentials, the industry is plagued with high cost of operations. This cost of operations is what key players believe the Nigerian Upstream Cost Optimization Program will address, starting from harmonization of data, collaboration, as well as the clear identification of cost drivers. The aim is to reduce crude oil extraction costs.
We need to do some heavy liftings, not only to get to the optimal band of unit operating costs, but to also sustain it as part of our way of doing business towards a collective effort to position Nigeria as a preferred destination for investors in the hydrocarbon value chain.
We all know what's happening around energy transitions and the things that happen globally, the choices that our consumers have, the choices that investors have across the world. There is nowhere in the world where a less cost-efficient operator can survive. So it's not possible anymore.
These prevailing circumstances occasion the need for NNPC to cut down production costs for business continuity as crude oil sold at below cost.
For the realization of these and more, the need for a friendly industry regulation is key.
I want to assure this gathering that this 9th Assembly, headed by Senator Ahmad Lawan, will pass this PIB before the end of April 2021.
They are unanimous that the industry has been brought to her knees, and it is clear the oil and gas industry is going through one of its most transformative and difficult periods. Nigeria must now redesign its strategies to navigate and stay afloat. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Over 311 workers of vulnerable enterprises across the country have been paid by the federal government under the payroll support scheme of the MSME Survival Fund. Benny Adams reports that the Bank of Industry is set to disperse between 30,000 and 50,000 per employee of 100,000 enterprises over 3 months.
Oropo Jason is into oil palm production with a staff strength of 13, while Ayeni Abimbola Kafilat, who is into food processing, has a staff strength of 17. Both companies have had 60% of their wage bill taken care of by the federal government in the last 3 months.
It saved like a survival for those that wanted to, a business that wants to collapse. As for us, it came at the right time.
If they can do more by giving us grant to expand the plantation, we'll have more production and we'll have more people employed into the company.
Especially for the hospitality and tourism industry, there is the need for them to create some, funding for them, particularly like they do for agric.
While the likes of Oropo Jason are asking for more, Bola Ajibade, a school proprietor, says his staff are experiencing staggered payments.
Myself was not paid the last month, but
I'm assuring you that this will be solved by the program delivery office, and all beneficiaries that were supposed to get the money will get this money.
The 311 beneficiaries from 64,000 companies are part of 300,000 beneficiaries to benefit from the scheme across the country. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
Now, the interim administrator of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Effiong Akwa, has called for a collaboration with the United States government in its effort to produce a revised regional development master plan for the Niger Delta region. Akwa made the call when a delegation from the United States Consulate in Lagos, led by the political and economic chief, Brandon Helspert, visited him at the Commission's new headquarters in Port Harcourt. Oshinachi Abraham reports.
The visit is to strengthen the existing relationship between Niger Delta region and the United States of America. According to the NDDC boss, the master plan for the region, which had a lifespan of 15 years, expired in 2020. Hence the need for the partnership to produce another master plan for the next 20 years that will sufficiently address the needs of the Niger Delta region and American citizens in the region.
As we speak, we need a revised regional development master plan. So an American government can come in and collaborate with NDDC to have another master plan, maybe a 20-year master plan that will be tailored towards the need of the Niger Delta people. We will request that you bring the consular office to Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt has great infrastructure. We have security. The place is well built.
Head of delegation, Mr. Braden, commended NDDC's boss for his efforts in ensuring that the right things are done in the interest of the people of Niger Delta. He expressed the Consulate General's willingness to improve the lives of the people of Niger Delta through various support programs.
We work together to frankly help see the mutual interests between our two countries and establishing these connections, which we think is an important part of our bilateral relationship.
In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Abraham, NTA News.
The people of Dakiti community in Akko local government area of Gombe State, who have never had electricity, will now enjoy uninterrupted electricity supply. Emmanuel Akila reports that this is with the commissioning of an 85 kilowatt solar power plant installed by the federal government.
To the people of the Dakiti community comes a life-changing project, an initiative by the federal government to bring rural areas up to speed with infrastructure for socio-economic development.
The people of this community will have power 24 hours a day,
7 days a week, 365 days in a year. So I'm very happy because these are the people that we really need to assist, the rural dwellers. It will mean that their means of livelihood will be enhanced.
The project executed by Rural Electrification Agency is targeted at providing solar hybrid mini-grid power plants to enhance rural life and encourage small-scale processing of agricultural produce in Nigeria.
This project has actually been successfully deployed under the Rural Electrification Fund of the Federal Government of Nigeria, which was initiated to promote off-grid electrification that ensures that electricity is equitably distributed across the country.
The people of Dekiti see the project as an empowerment and a promise kept by the Buhari administration.
This is a major development as new business opportunities in milling, processing, storage, as well as external trade will now become a reality to our good people of Dekiti.
The people have formed electricity user cooperative societies for ease of maintenance of the power plant in Gombe. Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
Africa's largest economy's equities market is on its longest losing streak so far this year, with stocks shedding billions of naira in the last 6 days of trade. As the just inaugurated Kano to Maradi rail line is to benefit millions of Nigerians. Let's now join our Benny Adams for details on business news. Hello, Benny.
Hello, Jermaine.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Let's get it all.
Yes. Welcome to Business News. The flag of the construction of rail line from Kano to Maradi in Nigeria Republic is said to be another path to improving Nigeria's economic fortune. Experts estimate that more than 80 million Nigerians across 10 states stand to benefit from micro and macroeconomic activities along the train corridor. The fact that 10% of GDP and 20% of export revenue of Niger's economy comes from livestock earnings, with a significant number of that coming into Nigeria, experts say the corridor will be of immense benefit to both countries. The end-to-end logistics supply chain in railway services between north and south of Nigeria, reaching southern ports of Lagos and Warri, is also tipped to lure Niger to use the country for her exports. And moving on to the stock market, investors lose 28.33 billion naira as NSE ASI dips by 0.13% amid improved market breadth. The losing streak continued as the market closed 41,510.16 basis points, as against 0.34% depreciation recorded previously. Market breadth closed positive as Champion led 23 gainers as against 22 losers, topped by NNFM at the end of today's session, an improved performance when compared with previous outlook. Market's turnover closes negative as volume moved down by 10.10% as against 29.43% downtick recorded in the previous session. FBNH, Guinness and Rit Briscoe were the most active to boost market turnover. Guinness and Zenith Bank topped market value list, while Guinness also leads the list of active stocks that recorded impressive volume spike at the end of today's session. That is business news. Jumai, is over to you.
Thank you, Benny. And we're not done yet with the flag off of the Kano to Maradi rail line.
Infrastructural development has been the main focus of this administration. With 4 projects completed, the Abuja-Kaduna rail line, the Abuja light rail, the Itakpe-Warri and the Lagos-Ibadan. The Kano-Maradi is just part of it, and this particular project has been conceived for more than 30 years. The 284-kilometer standard gauge Kano-Maradi rail line will connect 3 states of Kano, Jigawa, Katsina and Maradi in Niger Republic, while another branch of 94-kilometer will connect Dutse, capital of Jigawa State, to Kano.
There is no doubt that this route, when linked with the ongoing Lagos-Kano railway project on completion, will generate higher traffic volumes and revenue.
An important landmark
of a good relationship between the people of Niger Republic and the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The project, which is expected to impact a population of about 8.3 million people, is part of the West Africa Railway Master Plan.
Containers going to Burkina Faso and other places, they come to Maradi through Benin Republic, Cotonou Port. But now with this linkage, we'll be able to bring all the way from Lagos ports to Kano, from Kano to Marad, to Jibia, from Jibia to Marad.
So many youth will have something to do.
Looking at the huge potential along this corridor, many believe that will make a lot of impact. From Katsina, Oyinaya Kalo Oka, NTA News.
Time now to join Dotun for the next set of reports from our Lagos studio. Hello, Dotun. It's good to see you.
Jumai. 44 suspects are under the radar of the Nigeria Customs Service Federal Operations Unit, Zone A, in connection with 30 billion naira worth of goods seized from January till date. Michael Olale reports that a trailer loaded to the brim with fake drugs was among major seizures.
Less than 2 months since the country's borders were reopened, smuggling activities have started taking sophisticated dimension. But the Nigeria Customs Service, in fulfillment of its mandate, has intensified intelligence and reconnaissance, which led to these seizures.
The unit intercepted and seized a total of 142,627 seizures of different items, 66 packs of tramadol, 218 used vehicles, 1,660 bales of textiles, 6,985 cartons of frozen poultry products, and 985 cakes of PMS.
These fake drugs with duty-paid value of 51 million naira were intercepted along Ijebu-Ode, while 2 alleged notorious smugglers were arrested at Isenyi, Oyo State in the course of an operation resulting in the seizure of 5,000 kilograms of Indian hemp suspected to have been smuggled in from Ghana.
All we are after is that our economy should be excellent so that all of us should be happy. The saboteurs, that is the smugglers, should stop.
While the drugs-related seizures will be handed over to relevant agencies, the Customs has commenced thorough investigation with a view to determining the next line of action on the seized items. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
The Lagos State government has clamped down on violators of state physical planning regulations. This is in view to avert erection of illegal structures to enforce the state master plan, especially in the coastal area. Musa Toliat reports that all structures in highbrow Banana Island, Ikoyi, which contravenes the law of the state, were pulled down.
Violators of building regulations and documentation taught a bitter lesson when the bulldozer moved in and brought these 3,000 units of two-story buildings to the ground. The Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Idris Salako, stressed that the affected buildings also failed integrity tests and have been placed under seal since November 2020.
They blew up their survey. That means they took more land that is necessary. And the 30 meters said that they are expected to observe is not observed. So the Lagos State government felt we need to do something.
The Ministry of Waterfront Infrastructure Development also carried out an enforcement to stop illegal dredging and land reclamation in Banana Island.
There are physical planning regulations in Lagos State that stipulate what to build, how to build, and the location. The land reclamation aimed at extending the Banana Island estate here has been described as an illegal action capable of endangering the water ecosystem. Hence, the Lagos State enforcement today.
Enough is enough. We cannot continue to fold our arms and watch the degradation of the environment and continued blockage of the water channels on the waterfront.
Lagos State government reiterates that distortion of the state's master plan in any part of the metropolis will be met with stiff sanctions. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
And that's it from here. Network News continues shortly after the break.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Life can be very eventful. We curiously expect things to happen, even when we don't know what. Our human nature makes us like and repost lots of information. Some are unverified, inciting anger and hate. Sometimes innocently, other times the urge to break it first. This, in most cases, has caused destruction in many nations.
Burnley is taking maximum points in their last 2 matches against Crystal Palace. Will they make it a hat-trick of victories when both teams square off at Selhurst Park this Saturday? Find out in Crystal Palace versus Burnley on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Papai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Gold.com.
Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari felicitated with veteran journalist and fellow Nigerian Guild of Editors Olusoji Akinrinade on the occasion of his 70th birthday anniversary. The president also rejoices with the family, friends and professional colleagues of the man popularly called the General for his exploits in many media houses, including the News Agency of Nigeria, The Punch, Concord Press and Newswatch, where he rose to become editor-in-chief. President Buhari urges Akinrinade to deploy his over 45 years' experience to groom and guide younger journalists to respect the tenets of the profession and place high premium on ethics. He wishes the septuagenarian good health, longer life and greater contribution to the profession he loves. Talking education, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has urged institutions to use only the data uploaded by candidates during Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination for direct entry registration. Otherwise, they would be seen as aiding and abetting impersonation. The board stated this after apprehending 2 impersonators. Olayinka Ojo reports.
Buhari Abubakar, a prospective candidate, is said to have paid the sum of 25,000 naira to one Ajeru to source for an examination taker to write the UTME for him. He, however, ran out of luck when all the details, including identity card, carried the passport of the hired examination taker. This discovery was made possible because Bayero University, Kano, where Buhari Abubakar was aspiring to get admission into, complied fully with the ministerial directive that all data supplied by candidates during registration should be used by institutions for the freshers' registration.
The game is over. There is nothing they do that they will not be detected.
Check by the Bird reveals that the said registration was done at an ICT training institute in Kano, and the center has since been blacklisted to serve as deterrent to others. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
Now, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has released another list of 100 passports that have been suspended for 6 months due to non-compliance with the mandatory Day 7 post-arrival COVID-19 test by their owners. This is the second batch of 100 passports to be placed on travel restrictions by the PTF to serve as a deterrent to others. The PTF had earlier noted that defaulting passengers who evade the mandatory in-country COVID-19 tests are more than 20,000 and that it would continue to suspend their travel documents in batches if they fail to take the test. The PTF insists that only a negative PCR test will be acceptable for inbound travelers, which must be conducted within 96 hours before boarding. Time for another break. Sports update will come when we return.
On NTA Tuesday Live this week, discussion focuses on strategies to fund the 2021 budget. What role for the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS? Tuesday Live, incisive and educative. Don't miss it.
Burnley is taking maximum points in their last two matches against Crystal Palace. Will they make it a hat-trick of victories when both teams square off at Selhurst Park this Saturday? Find out in Crystal Palace versus Burnley on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Gold.com.
This is to inform the general public of the passing away of our patriarch, Prince Tony Momoh. Interment itinerary are as follows. Date, Thursday, 11 February 2021. Body leaves National Hospital Mortuary for Abuja Airport, 6 a.m. Body arrives Abuja Airport at 6:45 a.m. Boarding protocols, 7:15 a.m. Flight departs Abuja Airport at 7:20 a.m. Flight arrives Lagos at 8:20 a.m. Arrival protocols, 8:40 a.m. Body leaves Lagos Airport for Greyland, Iju at 8:50 a.m. Body arrives Greyland at 9:50 a.m. Arrival of guests at 2 p.m. and the gate closes at 4 p.m. immediately after which the interment follows. At Greyland, Iju Hills, Lagos, all COVID-19 protocols will strictly be adhered to. For more details, call 0805-810-4210 and 0809-99-14110. Abdul Rashid Momoh, for the family.
Olumide Guntola is our guide on sports update.
Reactions continue to trail the latest postponement of the 20th National Sports Festival, as announced by the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dari. The minister, who confirmed that the Sports Fiesta will now hold in April, explained that the move is based on the science of the nature of the second wave of COVID-19.
If we do it and then at the end of the day, people get to lose their lives. So hey, kudos and thumbs up to the minister and even the task force.
There's pandemic in the UK, there's pandemic everywhere, yet the English Premiership is still going on, so it is unfortunate.
In another development, the Nigerian Olympic Committee, in conjunction with the International Olympic Committee, has organized the 5th edition of its Advanced Management course. The workshop, which was held virtually for sports administrators in the country, focused on the 4th module tagged Human Resource and Event Management, which advocates for financial autonomy for sports federations. In volleyball, the World Governing Body for Volleyball, FIVB, and the Continental Confederation, CAVB, have yielded to the request of the Nigeria Volleyball Federation on the new date to host under 18th Female Nations Cup to be hosted in Abuja. 18th Female Nations Cup will now hold between 1st and 9th of March 2021. Still on volleyball, Team Kaduna has emerged champions of the Under-17 North West Beach Volleyball Championship in the boys and girls category. In the boys final, Team Kaduna defeated Team Sokoto 2-1 at 17-21, 21-19, and 15-12. While Team Kaduna beat Team Katsina 2-0 at 21-7 and 21-14 in the girls' final at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium. From the foreign scene, action continues on Wednesday in the 5th round of the English FA Cup as Swansea City hosts English Premier League table toppers Manchester City. Leicester City will lock arms with Brighton and Hove Albion, among other matches. With sports update, Olumide Guntola, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has condoled with the family of the Pioneer Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Chief Festus Marinho, who passed on recently at the age of 87. In a letter to the Marinho family, the president described the deceased as a skilled and knowledgeable person whom he worked with twice in his days as petroleum minister in 1977, 1979, and 1984 and 1985. The president prays that God rest his soul and comfort the family he left behind. The atmosphere at the National Assembly on resumption of plenary was sober as lawmakers mourn their colleague, Representative Osei Prestige. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
in both the Senate and House of Representatives. The first day of plenary in 2021 after 7 weeks of break was solemn as lawmakers come to terms with the demise of their colleague, Representative Osi Prestige. Leader of the Senate, Yahaya Abdullahi, made the formal announcement to senators through a motion, after which prayers were offered.
We suspend the business of the day and all legislative activities outside of the chamber as well.
House Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila said the demise of the lawmaker is a sad and painful loss.
Honorable Osi Prestige will be remembered by many of us. I know many members who have spoken to very heavy in their hearts. Our prayer is that God will comfort his family and that his soul will rest in peace.
A minute's silence was observed in his honor, and as is the tradition, sitting was adjourned to Wednesday, 10th February 2021. Until his death in a German hospital following a protracted illness, Osi Prestige represents Aba North and South Federal Constituency of Abia State. Meanwhile, Chairman House Committee on Media and Publicity, Representative Benjamin Kalu, at a briefing, reiterated the commitment of the Ninth House to expedite action on 3 key legislations.
Our target of April, and definitely before June, will be achieved verbal.
These are the Petroleum Industry Bill, amendments of the Electoral Act, and the review of the 1999 Constitution. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
That's Network News Tonight. The production crew and I thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. I am Jumbo Yusuf.